Hey guys, it's Melvin70 and today I'm bringing you something a bit different, alright? I'll have my actual BPL predictions out in a couple of days, but I thought I'd do a little bit of a joke video. As you can tell by the title, it's just a banter team of the season. It's a BPL one, alright? So don't take this seriously. I'm just picking players that have had dreadful seasons or have been flops. You know, it's got a wide variety of teams in there, especially teams at the top of the table, so don't be offended. It's just a joke. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you think there's players that have performed really badly that should be in this team that aren't. I've got a subs bench, etc. So yeah, this is just a laugh, so hopefully you do enjoy this. It's just a different type of video to spice things up. So anyway, we'll start off with the goalkeeper. Victor Valdez hasn't conceded a single goal this season, and that's because he hasn't even played a game this season for Manchester United. David De Gea has never not played a game for Manchester United this season, so Valdez hasn't even had a sniff. So he takes the goalkeeper spot in this banter team of the season BPL. The four defenders we've got players on the bench, but yeah, the four main defenders. Glenn Johnson for Liverpool played 15 games. He's made 17 interceptions, which is roughly 1 per game, and he's also scored 1 goal. But he hasn't played very much, and when he has, he's been poor on the ball. And yeah, he's definitely in this for the right back spot, in my opinion. Two centre backs, we go with Mike Williamson of Newcastle. You know, he's been dreadful all season. The fans call him a championship standard player. You know, he's made 2 defensive errors, which isn't too bad. He scored 1 goal as a defender. 27 games though. He's definitely been at fault for a fair few goals. I don't know how defensive errors are measured, but I'm just getting these stats off scorecar.com, by the way. The next player is probably the worst player in this defence, and that is Dejan Lovren. This season he's had a dreadful season. £20 million he was signed for. He's made 6 defensive errors, which is more than I've seen any player in the BPL make, which is just crazy. And yeah, he's been at fault for a lot of goals, and he hasn't even scored, which obviously isn't too bad for a defender. But yeah, he missed a penalty as well in the FA Cup, which sent, was it Capital One Cup that sent Liverpool out. But anyway, the left back was difficult. I could have went with someone like Luke Shaw, who's been injured for ages, but I've decided to go with Gaël Clichy. He's been caught napping so many times as a left back. You know, he's been beaten by so many different players. Although he's only made 1 defensive error, still I don't think he's been great, so that's why I've got the left back spot there. Let me know if you think there's a different player that should be in that left back spot. But anyway, we'll move on to the midfield now. Alright, so in the midfield we start off with Abu Diaby, who hasn't even played this season due to his 9 million injuries he's had throughout his career. Is a bit disappointing for him, but yeah, he's certainly in here because he hasn't even played. The next player, we've got John Obi Mikel. He's played 13 games, but he's only played 494 minutes. That's because he's been brought on as a sub, the human full-time whistle, as a few people do call him. But yeah, he's had 1 assist, no goals, and yeah, he's just generally, you know, one of those players that just seems to get benched and then brought on. So he's in there. The next player, we've got Joey Barton of QPR. 23 games, he's played just under 2,000 minutes. He scored 1 goal, and he's also had 1 assist. And yeah, he's known for a high temper. He's had a hell of a lot of bookings. I probably should have got that stat, but yeah, he's in there just for, you know, being a bit of a muppet on the pitch, to be perfectly honest. And the last player to finish off this midfield, we've got Johan Gouffran of Newcastle. 29 games. He's played just under 2,000 minutes again. He's had 2 goals and 1 assist, but his touch on the pitch is so bad. And again, a lot of Newcastle fans want to see him sold because they think he's a championship standard player, because he just can't read the game. As a midfielder, that is what you're expected to do. But anyway, we'll move on to the forwards now. Alright, so the 2 forwards are fairly obvious, so I'm just going to head straight into it. The first of which is Radamel Falcao. Now, this team of the season card looks fucking insane, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, in real life, he's only scored 4 goals in 21 appearances. He's had 4 assists as well, but he's only played 1,000 minutes, and that's because he's been used as a sub. You know, he just doesn't seem to fit in United's team, which is a little bit of a shame, but oh well, he's certainly in this banter team of the season. And to partner him, we've got an even bigger flop, and that is Mario Balotelli. Played 14 games, just over 800 minutes played, 1 goal and no assists in the BPL. That is just fucking unbelievable. Alright, like these two as a pairing in the BPL, you know, they're definitely the 2 biggest flops of this season in my opinion. So yeah, we'll head straight onto the subs bench now. Alright guys, so the bench is generally players I believe that should be in this, but the players in the starting lineup have done worse in my opinion. So there's some big names in here, but personally I think the starting 11 have all done worse than the players on the bench. But anyway, we'll start off with a goalkeeper, and that's going to be Rob Green. I had to have a goalkeeper on the bench. I couldn't really think of many that have done bad. I could have put Mignolet, but his recent form has been great. I've only put Rob Green there because QPR have conceded the most goals of anyone else in the BPL. That's probably a lot to do with the defence rather than Rob Green, but again, I had to put another goalkeeper in there, and that's all I could think of. The next player, we've got Samir Nasri, who's been dreadful for Manchester City this season. Early on, he seemed okay, but he hasn't been getting selected. There's rumours of him getting sold, so I think he warrants a place on the bench. The next player came very close to getting on the actual thing, and that is Johnny Evans in the starting lineup. If it wasn't for Williamson and Lovren, he definitely would have been there. He's been piss poor for United, serving the last of his games for spitting at who's it, Musa Sissoko, I think. No, it was Papi Stembasise, yeah, and he's just been dreadful. 4-0 against MK Dons. He was at fault for 3 of those goals. Absolutely ridiculous. The next player, we've got Roberto Soldado. It's Roberto, isn't it? Yeah, anyway, he's been terrible, and if it wasn't for Harry Kane, you know, Spurs would probably be a lot further down, because I could have put Adebayo here, but I think Soldado, you know, has continued his form from last season, and that's not good for Spurs, except they've got Harry Kane now, so maybe it is. The next player we've got is Jans Cuadrado. Now, I've put him here. It's a little bit debatable, but has he even started a game? I'm not even sure. I know he's been brought off the bench, but I don't think he's even started for Chelsea yet. And considering they bought him for, what, 24, 28 million pounds, you know, it's a bit of a flop to have him on the bench. I know he's only been there a few months, so that's a little bit debatable maybe. The next player, we've got Mertesacker. Now, I've got a few Arsenal mates, and, you know, he just doesn't seem to be on the form he was last season. It seems to be Koscielny, who they're all raving about, and then you've got Bellerin as well, the right back, chipping in, and you've also got Monreal doing well, but Mertesacker seems to duck out of a lot of headers, seems to be a bit of a pussy on the pitch, so I've got him on the bench. And the final player is going to be Tom Cleverley. His form's improved recently, but he's been dreadful overall, and that's continued from his poor form from United, on loan at Villa, and he still hasn't really done much. I don't think he's scored yet, and we're near at the end of the season. So yeah, here is the entire thing, all in one, all 18 players. Let me know if you think I've missed any like big players, or if there's some that you disagree with, whether you think there should be others replacing them, etc. It's just a laugh. As I say, don't take it too seriously. It's just a little different type of video. I will have my actual BPL predictions soon. Big shout out to the True Ginger for doing my graphics for me and also my thumbnail, so his channel link will be in the description. And again, this is just a laugh. Comment below. It did take quite a while for me to do this, but I enjoyed doing it, so hopefully you just see it as a bit of banter, because that's all it's supposed to be. So yeah, let me know what you think. Hopefully I've enjoyed. Comment below, and yeah, peace.